yourself, first of all, to our lovely audience.
Yes, yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Kaashvi Mangal, and I study in grade 6th. I love writing. My hobbies are doodling, making reels, writing poems, and dedicated to that, I have published a book, The Curd Verses, which is compiled by Guneet ma'am over here. So, The Curd Verses is a book full of poems. It is an adorable collection of poems. It is available on Amazon and Flipkart, so you are requested to go and buy it.
They will definitely buy, and why not? It's such a lovely collection. So, what are your other interests, Kashvi, apart from writing, as you said, writing and reading? What else do you like to do?
Ma'am, as I said that I like to make reels, I have a YouTube channel, Kaashvi.
Okay. And tell us, how did this idea of, compiling all your poems and, whatever you write come to you to, make it into a book? Was it your idea? Did you ever always wanted for this book to be published, or it just happened, or how?
So,
Tell us.
ma'am, like I have written many poems so far, and all of these are in the book. So, like one day I was writing a poem, and then my mother was probably scrolling down Facebook or Instagram when it suddenly hit her that I should write a book, and I happily agreed. So yeah, that's how it all started. Then I started writing more poems so that there is more content in the book.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. That is so nice to hear. And what else? So tell us a few poems, the title of a few poems that you have written, and how long you've been writing. Was it something like, did you write on a deadline, or is it like, you wrote whenever you had time, whenever you were free from school, and you were really, feeling writing? How was it?
Ma'am, exactly like that. I wrote it free time, like whenever I got time. Sometimes late in the night, sometimes when I was feeling to write something. And I started writing poems since class 3, grade 3.
Okay, all right. So this
The
is like the
first
labor of love for about 3 years, right? From
the
grade three to
first
fourth
poem
and
I
fifth.
wrote, the first poem I wrote was Women's Day. Was on Women's Day, because it was like 8th March, and I wanted to do something special for my mother this time.
Hmm.
I usually used to draw and just give the card to her, and she used to smile. But this time, when I gave the card where I had written poems, like there was there was a special feeling inside her, and she absolutely loved it.
Oh, definitely. So special, like you're thinking about the person and then you are writing about it and then presenting. So there's a whole level of involvement that is there. Okay, great. So moving forward, where do you draw your inspiration from? Like, is it like someone has to give you a topic? Does school give you a topic to write? Or how do you get inspired to write?
So, ma'am, um, like I need to think of a topic. I need to think of a topic. For school, also, I have written a poem. For school, also, I have written a poem. Like our school is on its golden year. It has been 50 years to our school, and based on that, I had to write a poem for our outside board. So, like, our class teacher actually liked it. So now it's there on the outside board.
Mm-hmm. All right, great. So, and tell me, out of all these poems, tell me a few titles of your poems, first of all, so that our viewers also know that, these are the poems that we can look forward to.
So, ma'am, one of my favorite poem of all is Life Then and Now, because it is very relatable. And like, if I have to mention some of the titles, Seasons, and say Seasons,
Mm-hmm.
Summer Vacations,
Mm-hmm.
the with my curly hair. It is like it is the main point of the book, and it's like on the first page of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma's Family, My Angel, and various other poems.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so these poems, all of them are close to your heart, and it's
Yes,
like you said, I have to feel something to write. So it was not like, you were given an assignment or something. Like these days, children, they relate poems, they relate writing to study. So was it something like that to you?
um, ma'am, I feel that writing is equally important as studies. Studies are important. I'm not saying that studies are not important, but doing what you like, writing creatively, is also important.
Mhm. Okay. And also saying that, like some children or, they think those who have not been exposed to a lot of books, unfortunately or deliberately, they think that writing is like studying. So what do you think about that? Like how writing
Ma'am,
happens in school and, like how will you tell them that, this is different from study?
Ma'am, they should write whatever they want, whatever their interests are like. For example, my brother likes gaming. He can write about gaming. He can write about Minecraft and Roblox and other games. It is
Right.
not necessary for him to only write poems on the topics I have written. He
Mm-hmm.
can write about something else. He can write what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Absolutely. So you have to make the topic your friend first, and then you can go forward. Okay, so now can we see you read out a poem, any favorite poem of yours?
Ma'am, as I said that my favorite poem is Life Then and Now, so maybe I can read it.
Nice and loud, okay? So everyone wants to hear the lovely Kashvi.
Life then and now is so different. Both the times are magnificent. Life then, there was almost no technology. The only not change is the biology. Life then was full of get togethers. Life now is full of online meetings. And there's a huge change in the weather. A small room with one bulb for light, that too at a lower height. And now there's a big bungalow with loads of tube lights and massive beds, and a squishy pillow for our heads. Life then was a little more traditional, and now it's a little more Western to be professional. Our parents had a childhood living in the ancient times, and we are on screens doing almost everything online. Let's get out of the house and visit parks and spend our childhood happily, and spend more happy times with our family. Thank you.
Wow. Can you read out the last two lines again? That was just wonderful.
Yes, sure, man. And spend our childhood happily, and spend more happy times with our family.
Amazing. So what prompted you to write about this mature topic, this topic which is for elders? What prompted you to write about, life and struggles and the world?
Ma'am, as I have mentioned in the book, some of my inspiration I have received from my younger brother. And so like one day he was just so engrossed playing games, and then beside that was my grandmother praying to God. So that's when this idea hit me that I should write about this. My grandma is from the 90s, from the 80s, and my brother is from the new 21st century.
Okay, so such a contrast that there is. Okay, what Kashfi has done in this book, The Curled Verses. Okay, and it's going to be it is indeed a great book. It's been published by me, and she has been mentored by me as well. So it's a lovely book, especially for beginners who are learning to read and write poetry. It's a lovely inspiration for them because it has a mind of an 11-year-old, let's say of a 9-year or 8-year-old, because how when she started writing the poems, she was not 11 all throughout. She was much younger. So it means, children around the world, they can write at the age of 8, just when, the right books are there in front of you. Okay, so moving ahead, Kashvi, the quiz went really well.
Thank you, ma'am.
You really know your book. And so now, what message would you like to give to children out there to read your book? How would you say your book would appeal to them? Any message to them for the budding authors, whoever wants to read and whoever wants to get into poetry?
So, ma'am, to all the young children, to all the young authors out there, please, please, please buy my book, read it, because this book is like for all ages, from one to 99, all of you. This is very relatable because I wrote poems because this is a compilation of all the poems I have written so far, and I will be writing more and will be publishing a second part of this.
Awesome. How lovely it is. So, what I'm really excited. What's going to be there in the second part?
Ma'am, it's a surprise.
Okay, all right. So, any clue or anything? So, let's see, maybe a novel next time, or maybe a book of short stories. So, there's nothing stopping Kashvi as of now, and she's there. She has, proved herself that she can write and she can get published, and it all requires determination. So, Kashvi, tell me something that, like you said, that studies are also important these days, since it's exam time here in Delhi and other parts of India as well. So, what do you say? Like, how did you manage your time while you were writing? This can be a little message for children
So,
because
ma'am,
these days they are so occupied with other activities. So many of them are going around. They just don't find time for anything else.
as I said that I write when I feel to write. So, like after school, I used to come back. I used to relax, and then I had to study, do my homework, eat dinner, sleep. But everyone has a screen time. I just gave 10 minutes, and I used to write every poem. And I did not do it on a regular basis. Like I did not do it on a regular basis. For example, if I writing today, I will not write tomorrow if I do not feel like tomorrow. I may write day after tomorrow. I write after that. I may write anytime I like. So
Hmm.
that's how I manage my time. I just wrote when I wanted to. I felt like, because if I write when I don't want to, the poem won't come out that great.
Absolutely. Like you cannot write on a pressure, on a deadline, or when you're in rush or something.
Like
I
I
like the
have
part that you
given
said, yeah, that I just gave myself 10 minutes. That's how quick, or that's how we can say easy or effortless it is. As well. So, what do you say? Like, how did you manage your time while you were writing? This can be a little message for children
so
because these days they are so occupied with other activities. So many of them are going around. They just don't find time for anything else.
ma'am, as I said that I write when I feel to write. So, like after school, I used to come back. I used to relax, and then I had to study, do my homework, eat dinner, sleep. But everyone has a screen time. I just gave 10 minutes, and I used to write every poem. And I did not do it on a regular basis. Like I did not do it on a regular basis. For example, if I writing today, I will not write tomorrow if I do not feel like tomorrow. I may write day after tomorrow. I write after that. I may write anytime I like. So
Hmm.
that's how I manage my time. I just wrote when I wanted to. I felt like, because if I write when I don't want to, the poem won't come out that great.
Absolutely. Like you cannot write on a pressure, on a deadline, or when you're in rush or something.
Like
I
I
like the
have
part that you
given
said, yeah, that I just gave myself 10 minutes. That's how quick, or that's how we can say easy or effortless it is. Lovely. Anything else you would like to state? Come
yes,
on, guys, viewers, we are not getting enough comments. We need more and more comments so that, the gift can be yours.
So, ma'am, the message I want to give to everyone is embrace what you have. I used to be so shy of my people used to call me Maggie, Hakka noodles, Chowmin, and everything. But I actually like that, and I actually tell people uh, that if you wanna like untangle my hair, you'll have to spare one whole day in that in your life. So, and I would like to share my gratitude with you because you took that spark of poetry in me and you took it on and you compiled everything for me. You worked late nights for me. And I would
Absolutely.
also like to thank my mother who took the initiative to help me and write my book and help me make the girl versus born.
Lovely. How profound is that? Like, not a good day. I am having a bad hair day today. I would love to flaunt my curly hair. Otherwise.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Kashvi. It was a lovely, lovely interview, lovely live with you. And we will connect from here again sometime else.